Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. My guests today are Benjamin Houston and Dan Johnson, here to talk about the Concert Chorale and their upcoming performance. Thank you both for joining me here today.
Thank you for having us.
And as I mentioned, Concert Chorale, a performance coming up here shortly. Tell us a little bit about the concert and what folks can expect.
Well, the concert is Sunday, April 7th, next weekend. It's at 3 p.m. at the First United Methodist Church in Troy. And the theme, you want to talk about the theme?
The theme is going to be love and remembrance. So all of our pieces are going to have either a theme of love, whether it be divine love, love for another person, being family or intimate relationship, or remembrance. We even have a piece that is that harks to war and remembering those who have fallen in war. So any sort of remembrance like that. And that's the central theme that ties together all of our pieces.
And then and the pieces, tell us a little about what kind of music folks can expect out of this, because obviously this is a choral performance and there's a variety of styles of choral music out there. But if someone's coming to this, what kind of music can they expect style-wise? So they expect out of this? So
you're going to find pieces ranging from the Romantic era to modern era. It's not going to be pieces that the popular audience is going to be familiar with nowadays, but you'll have a range of big, grandiose pieces with one of our pieces called St. Patrick's Hymn to really somber songs that make you think with a piece named Flanders Field. And then, of course, we have a few pieces that are a bit telling for concert chorale style that are elegant, beautiful, nice, melodic. And there's just a range of different moods and tones that we're telling with this.
And now we've talked a little about the music, but and you're both singers, but you're serving double duty in this as well because you're conductors as well, singing and conducting. I know that that's got to be an extra challenge, but tell us a little bit about I guess the process of being a conductor and how this all came about.
Well, the process started last semester, actually. We go through a whole year, 2-semester sequence with Dr. O. And she puts us through, we listen to different types of music. We learn how to analyze music from a conductor standpoint. We really learn as much about the music as we can so then we can communicate it to the choir. And we learn a lot about conducting and how you conduct and how you conduct a choir. And once you spend some time on that, we get comfortable. We were able to start looking for music that we wanted to choose to conduct for the chorale, and she was very, very, very helpful in letting us actually pick something that we wanted to do, as opposed to kind of putting something in our way for us. So,
and how important is that in picking the piece that you're comfortable with?
Personally, the piece that I picked means a lot to me. I sang it back in high school, and it's one of the first pieces of choral literature that I ever sang that I connected with, and that had a profound effect on me that I've thought about ever since that performance. And whenever this opportunity came to be, it was a no-brainer for what piece of music I wanted to work with.
And how hard is it to learn to conduct? Because obviously you're usually the one getting conducted.
It's a totally different animal than you would expect. Like, you watch someone conduct a choir and you think, oh, it's just moving your hands around and things happen. But there's so many different nuances because every little motion you make tells something to the choir and what they should do. And if you make one move that you didn't intend, you're going to get a sound that you don't want. And it's a difficult road to try to find a balance of being clear with what kind of pattern you're showing and being expressive.
And talk about conducting your fellow students, because obviously the mechanics there, you've talked about some of the difficulty there, but obviously conducting your fellow students could be an additional challenge, I guess maybe because of the respect levels maybe?
Yes, yeah, it does rise, it does bring about problems that you never really thought of. There's stuff that sits underneath the table, and we deal with these peers, and we go with them, and we experience things with them every single day. And for us to be able to stand in front of them and to have to demand a level of respect in order to convey what the music is intended to be. It definitely is a challenge, but it really, when you think about it and when you realize that everybody's in it for the same thing, and you're all trying to do the same thing, a lot of that respect issue, and a lot of the peer stuff ends to go away, and you don't really think about it whenever you're up there.
Just perform.
Yeah.
And now, if anyone out there is interested, once again, in hearing this, because you've got my interest, the challenge and the belief in the songs, as you mentioned there. When and where can they hear this performance again?
Sunday, April 7th, First United Methodist Church, 3 p.m.
All right, and admission?
Admission is free.
Admission is free, completely free, so they cannot complain about the cost there. An opportunity to go hear the Concert Chorale in concert and see these two young men conduct a song. So entertainment all around. I want to thank you both here for joining me, and
thank you so much.
Good luck on the concert.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.